Before I touch the topic of Ashtavakra Geetha and we go deeper into this journey together, I'd like to say that together means you'll need to listen to what I have to say completely, rather than having any preconceived notions. You'll have to listen keeping these preconceived notions aside. These notions may be that someone thinks that I don't even understand things like this. It's not for me. What is this? This is a notion. Someone else might think I already understand these things. I've heard enough people talk about this. I've read enough. Both of them are stuck with these preconceived notions. It is about seeing things as they are, sitting comfortably with an open mind and listening. Listening too can mean seeing, because if you listen carefully, leaving all distractions aside, you'll be able to see what I can see. You can then judge if what you see is the truth for you and me, or if it may be for me but not for you. Am I speaking with a motive or maybe a hidden agenda or my own preconceived notions? Or am I speaking about reality? You'll be able to identify that very easily. Is it a subjective point of view, or can the point I'm making be verified time and again by anybody and everybody? Gradually, all of your doubts will come to an end, not temporarily, but permanently. All internal conflicts will go down to zero, and psychological suffering will cease to exist. What needs to be done on the physical level will continue as it is. That has got nothing to do with this. Now we come to the point of how you're going to listen or how you should listen, because we don't really understand how to listen. You'll only be able to listen when you can truly understand the importance of listening to this. Whatever we deem important, we pay attention to. What we deem unnecessary, our attention wanders off. Where's everyone's attention? It's where they think the most important things are. People, material things, money, whatever it is. So what is the importance of this? What problem are we trying to solve? Why go through Ashtavakra Geetha? We all basically encounter two types of problems. The first is subjective problems at a superficial level, which you may have but I don't, or I may have but you don't, which means one person may have that problem but another may not. But there are a few problems that we may term as fundamental problems at a deeper level, which every person has, be it the poorest of the poor or the richest of the rich, be it India, the US, UK, literally anywhere. There won't be a single person who doesn't suffer from these problems. These are the problems that we need to find a solution to. In fact, all the questions that you ask are from your own standpoint, as in, I have this problem, or I am suffering from this or that. But we never ask if I truly am or not. Who am I? If you think of yourself as another person or entity, then the whole exercise is pointless. Whatever you are questioning or thinking, if I in the first place is misplaced, let's say you think that I'm a shirt, then whatever you ask thinking you really are a shirt indeed is wrong. A shirt is being born. A shirt dies. Different people are associated with the shirt. This happened to the shirt or that happened to the shirt, whatever it may be. There may be unlimited problems. But we never ask ourselves, am I really a shirt or not? Because the whole world thinks they're a shirt, so even I assume that I'm a shirt and question things on the basis of me being a shirt. In that case, you're even listening to me thinking that you're a shirt. How will you understand anything then? So don't assume anything. Listen with an open mind. What are these fundamental problems that everyone faces then? There is a sense of lack that exists in all of us, a sense of loneliness, a sense of being incomplete, a sense of being limited, a sense of fear of death. So these fundamental problems can be resolved only and only through self-inquiry. There is no other way. Let's say if you said that my problem is that I'm restless. Is restlessness the problem that only one person is facing? Or is it something that the entire humanity faces? So, there are two types of scriptures. One will tell you how you can escape from this restlessness for some time, meaning, do this and you'll have peace of mind for a little while. Do this, then this will happen, or do that, then that will happen. Practice what is written in these scriptures, follow it, control your desires, control your anger, control your greed, control your attachments and expectations. Then one day will come when you are truly enlightened. What is the other way? Whatever is the truth, however it may be, whether you understand it or not, things are being declared. That is what the Ashtavakra Geetha is. Now you need to rise to the occasion. You need to leave your notions aside. Whatever preconceived notions or ideas or thoughts you may have, you need to leave them aside and see things as they are. Just keep listening. What will happen is that the truth will then be revealed to us. This urge that we have to seek happiness, is this for one person or does everyone have it? Everyone has it. The search for happiness comes to an end by knowing the truth, because I am happiness. I don't have to seek it. The search for the truth comes to an end in understanding that I am the truth. All this running around that the mind is doing is what we call restlessness. The mind seems like it isn't stationary for even a second. Why does that happen? It happens because I feel that I need to be somewhere else. I need to reach somewhere. I need to do something. I need to be something. Everyone is trying to do things to end this restlessness in them, to forget about this restlessness in them. The fact that they are trying to do this is essentially the problem. The moment I understand that I am absolutely complete, all the restlessness vanishes. What is the root cause of all problems? It is that we never question why we keep running around chasing something or the other. Everyone's doing it, so we do it too. Everyone's going in different directions though. They're not all going the same way. Someone wants this, the other that, another wants something totally different. We idealize one of these directions and start following it. When we do finally reach the destination, there's nothing actually there. Then we see someone else or get attracted to something else and start running in that direction. And when we finally reach, there's nothing there either. So, what's the solution to all of this? Stay where you are. Be who you are. You don't need to do anything. The problem you're facing is that you think that you have to reach somewhere. For example, you may think that I have to attain enlightenment. Now, what is enlightenment? Everyone's definition of enlightenment is going to be different. Everyone has some preconceived notions that if I can get this, then I'll be enlightened. Or, I'll be enlightened when I see the light. Let's say you do see the light. Is it the end of restlessness? So, how do we get rid of this restlessness? There's someone who's telling you that you don't need to do anything. Just take a step back, relax, and listen to what I have to say. If you deeply understand that you don't need to go anywhere, you're already there. Do you need thought then? This is called the state of thoughtlessness. People haven't been able to understand this. They think thoughtlessness means either a state of intense concentration or a deep sleep. You don't need this. You have to wake up sometime, right? You will break the concentration at some point, right? Is that a solution? When does the problem exist? When you're asleep, or when you're in a state of intense concentration, or when you're wide awake? It's when you're awake. So the solution needs to be sought at that state. We get restless the moment we are awake. Why does this happen? It happens because we feel we need to do something. Action or karma is something that needs to be understood, but not in theory. Leave behind all those theories that you've read about. Try to understand what action actually is, what thought means. You need thought. You need physical action. You need a lot of other things if you want to go from one place to the other. You need time, resources too. You will need to struggle. So the struggle, the thoughts, the action temporarily comes to an end when you reach wherever you want to reach. But that's only for a short while, whether that is in the material world or the spiritual world. But then again, because of your old pattern of thinking, new thoughts start developing in your mind and the struggle begins again. This is a never-ending process. This is a cycle. It's a never-ending cycle. If I'm feeling bad, I might find happiness in eating something. Now that I've had this, the thought temporarily comes to an end. When the action has been completed, the thought ceases to exist. When it is taken care of, we feel relaxed. Then the urge rises again, and the cycle begins again. This is what's happening. Action and reaction. Action and reaction. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. What happens because of this is that we tire out. A person gets exhausted and frustrated. This is one way. The other way is that you don't need to move at all. Moving in the sense that thoughts like I want to be someone, or I want to do something, or I want something. You don't need such thoughts because you're already what you need to be. Just sit back, relax, and understand who you actually are. Once you've completely understood yourself, the work has already been done. Now there's no need of the knowledge or words that helped you to see the truth. So all the baggage of words cease to exist. Once you reach from one place to the other, is the thought of reaching that place required anymore? No. That thought comes to an end. But what happens there is that another desire manifests, that I need to go somewhere, because the sense of incompleteness still exists. However, once you understand that I don't need to reach anywhere, I don't need to change who I am, the sense of incompleteness ceases to exist. Not just temporarily, but permanently. Let's now start with Ashtavakra Geetha. There are many stories related to this that I won't go into now, about who Ashtavakra was, who King Janak was. But the most important thing that needs to be understood is that King Janak is not a specific person, because every ruler of that kingdom was called Janak. So you can look at Janak as somebody who wants to know the truth, and Ashtavakra as somebody who knows the truth.